So in March, one of my friends referred me a client, and this client was in a very, very specific niche. She was helping people with fertility, and immediately I was like, okay, I've never dealt with this niche before. I don't know if my process will work, and I don't know if I should take her on as a client. But in March, we were on track for a huge month. We ended up doing 150K, and it was huge. It's a huge record month. We doubled the business, everything, and I was like, when the client came to me, it was one of those ones where we were halfway in the month. We were not on track actually, and it was an easy 11K sale because she was already sold. She was a referral, and I decided to take it on even though deep down I felt like I didn't know if I could help her, and I wasn't 100% confident. So I took her on as a client, and I was like, okay, how different can it be? If you're running ads for info offers and everything, like realistically, how different can it be? And after 30 days of just working together, I just realized like, dude, I don't know how to do this niche. I didn't know how to do this niche, and I let the greed get to my head. I felt like, oh, because I was gonna be on track for this huge month, this payment is gonna put me on schedule and everything. We were already behind for the month. Let me just take it. Let me just figure it out on the fly. And it was just such a stupid mistake and such a selfish decision. I did it just because of the money. That there was no conviction when I actually sold the offer, and it was just a huge mistake and a lack of judgment on my end. And I decided after 30 days, hey, I want to give you a full refund. Don't even worry about it. Let me get that over to you, right? And I sent her the full refund of $11,000. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because a lot of times we let greed get to our head. We let ego make decisions for us. And even though I like to call myself a logical person and someone that makes decisions based on logic, I made a decision on ego because I wanted to hit a record month and I wanted to say I made this amount of money, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it to sacrifice your reputation in order to achieve this big goal or whatever. And another thing I want to point out in this story is I gave her the refund without her even asking for it. I gave her a full refund, no questions asked, and that's just my morals as a person. If you transact with me and you don't get the result that I promise you, I don't want to keep your money. I don't even feel right for having your money. Take it back. And that's why it's like having this morals and having these type of morals and having these type of values when you're running your business, it's everything. Because you would try people that feel the exact same way, right? Running a business is all about the fulfillment and the service you provide. If your client is not satisfied, the last thing you should do is fight for it. The moment they ask for a refund, send it straight away, right? Send it straight away and work on your product. Spend that time trying to fight for that dispute, trying to keep that money to make your product actually better, because that's how you actually build a business. Everybody acts like they have such a good service. Everybody acts like their fulfillment is good. People just say shit. But the reality is when you look behind the curtains and everything, you can see how many refunds people get. And it's just a shit show. And I just wanted to come out here and say that because the online space is getting ruined. Everybody's so concerned for cash. Everyone's so concerned about getting more clients and signing more people that nobody actually gives a fuck about whether or not their clients get results anymore. In our online space, everybody is so concerned with the money. I've seen coaches that literally fight for disputes. Like there's dozens, if not hundreds, of dispute cases going on, and their clients asking for refunds, and they're trying to fight all those constant battles. Like, it makes no sense in my head because running a business is all about the fulfillment and the service you provide. The moment your client asks for a refund, don't even think about it. Don't even second guess it. Just send it to them. And look at what you did in the entire process and what can you make better? What can you improve? What did you not do well? And just make your service better as a business owner. I'm probably the first guy in the entire online space that is open to talking about refunds. I've only had three, and I've dealt with 100 clients in my entire lifetime. I've only had three, and I'm talking about refunds publicly, right? I'm not afraid to share this because everybody deals with it. If I care this much about fulfillment and I still get refunds, I know tons of other people are getting refunds. It's not whether or not you get a refund, it's how you react to it and how you can prevent future refunds from happening. And so saying no to bad fit clients, taking responsibility when you didn't do your part, these are all things that you can change in order to make sure that refunds never happen again. I wanted to get this off my chest because I've seen so many people run their business the wrong way, and this is how I deal with refunds. I've dealt with three. My entire fucking life, I've dealt with three refunds. And every single time, I haven't even second guessed it. I just set it straight to them. And yeah, like, that's just how I deal with it. I've taken full responsibility on my end. And I understand that if someone wants a refund, okay, that's on me. How can I make the product better? You have to remember that the universe and God is always watching everything you do. And so if you're keeping money that you don't deserve, bad karma is going to happen to you. You're not going to get the things that you want. And you're ultimately sacrificing your long-term reputation for short-term cash, which is the stupidest trade you will ever do. You can easily make money. You can easily make a 10, 20, 30K payment back, but you can't build a reputation over again. Money comes and goes, but your reputation sticks with you forever. You need to protect it. And so you need to have a good moral compass of what is right and what is wrong, and you need to do what's right even when no one else is watching, because when no one else is watching, God in the universe is watching, and they will reward you for doing good things.